Are you living through days when your heart feels as though it carries a mountain? Long nights when you toss and turn, staring at the ceiling in the darkness, whispering, "God, do you see me?" The shocking yet glorious truth is this: yes, He sees everything. He sees every tear that falls upon your pillow. He hears every groan in the night. He counts every weary step no one else notices. And Psalm 56:8 declares, He records your wanderings and collects your tears in His bottle. Meaning not one drop is meaningless, not one cry is forgotten. And when you think your prayers only hit the ceiling and fall back down, the truth is they are rising before the throne of grace. For Hebrews 4:16 urges us to come boldly before the throne of grace to receive mercy and find help in time of need. The enemy whispers that God has abandoned you, that this darkness will last forever, that the promise has died. But it is in the silence you mistake for absence that God is working most powerfully, arranging details you cannot see, moving doors you do not yet know, preparing a breakthrough far beyond what you could ask or imagine. Just as Ephesians 3:20 promises, He is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all we ask or think. Look at Joseph, the young dreamer hated by his brothers, thrown into a pit, sold as a slave, falsely accused, imprisoned for years. Yet in a single day, Genesis 41 tells us he was lifted from the dungeon to become second in command over Egypt, a testimony that God can turn a life around in an instant. And what He did for Joseph, He can also do for you. You may be in the dungeon of discouragement, shackled by anxiety, surrounded by despair, but in one God-appointed day, chains can fall, doors can open, and you can step into the light. Remember 1 Corinthians 10:13 that God is faithful. He will not let you be tempted beyond what you can bear, but with the test, He will also provide the way of escape. So the very place you thought was your ending is the place He has prepared your way out. And if you are frustrated by delay, hear Habakkuk 2:3. The vision awaits an appointed time. Though it linger, wait for it. It will certainly come and will not delay. Delay is not denial. Silence is not absence. Waiting is not wasting. For Numbers 23:19 affirms God is not a man that He should lie, nor a son of man that He should repent. Has He said, and will He not do it? Every promise of God will be fulfilled. You may weep through the night, but Psalm 35 promises joy comes in the morning, meaning the night will not last forever. Light is already on the horizon. You may feel like a seed buried in the soil, unseen, forgotten, left to decay. But John 12:24 says, unless a kernel of wheat falls to the ground and dies, it remains alone. But if it dies, it produces much fruit. Burial is not the end. Burial is the preparation for abundance. Remember Job, a righteous man who suddenly lost everything, his wealth, his children, his health, sitting in ashes while friends mocked and his wife urged him to curse God. He felt abandoned. But Job 42 records the Lord blessed him with twice as much as before, showing pain is not the final word, but the doorway to restoration. Think of David, overlooked by his own family in the fields, forgotten when Samuel came to anoint a king. Yet that shepherd boy was chosen to be king of Israel, proving that God sees what man overlooks. Remember Paul, beaten, imprisoned, shipwrecked, yet declaring in Romans 8:18, that the present sufferings are not worth comparing to the glory that will be revealed in us. He understood that present pain is temporary compared to eternal glory. In 2 Corinthians 4:17, he even called our troubles light and momentary, producing for us an eternal weight of glory beyond all comparison. Do you see it? The Bible is filled with stories of men and women crushed by pain, yet lifted by God. Moses, who fled to the desert but was raised to deliver God's people. Elijah, who sat under a broom tree asking to die but was fed by God to continue his journey. Jeremiah, who felt abandoned yet was touched by God and strengthened. Every story proves pain is never the conclusion, but the tool through which God prepares breakthrough. Maybe right now you see only darkness around you. Your future looks uncertain, your dreams shattered. But remember Psalm 34:18 promises, the Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those crushed in spirit, meaning when you are most broken, He is closest, and when you are most powerless, His power works most mightily. For 2 Corinthians 9:9 says, "My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness." So do not despise your weakness. Do not despair in your collapse, because it is precisely there His strength shines brightest. Stand firm, endure, do not give up, for just when you are about to collapse, that may be the very moment closest to your breakthrough. Just as before the dawn the night is darkest, before the resurrection came the cross, before the victory came the fiercest battle. Today, believe this: God sees your pain. He has not abandoned you. He remembers every prayer. He treasures every tear, and He